Welcome to In the Hot Seat with WRP, where our mission is to inspire entrepreneurship thinking through engaging conversation. Today, we have an amazing guest. He's a native. He's in the medical field. He's built a phenomenal practice. With no further ado, I'd like to introduce Dr. Brian Utley. How you doing, Doc?
All right, appreciate you having me.
No problem, man. No problem.
Yeah, this is cool.
Tell the audience and listeners a little bit about yourself, where you're from, were you born with a silver spoon in your mouth? Are you from rich parents, working class parents? Just tell the audience something about yourself.
We had some silver spoons, but we never used them. We used the plastic one. Okay. No, but born and raised in Decatur, Georgia, son of Timothy and Teresa. Yeah, man, everything started in Decatur, and still practice in Decatur. I live in Gwinnett right now, but about 20 minutes from my parents' house.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What about your educational background?
Yeah, Southwest DeKalb alumni, proud to admit that. Also went to West Georgia. Then we went to Life University and Doctor of Chiropractic now.
Did you go full-time at Life, or did you do it part-time?
Had to do full-time. They had 25 credit hours, I think was the full-time. And, you know, to get in and get out and start practicing, it was a 3.5-year program.
Okay.
So I did all 25 every quarter.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, what was so intriguing about for you about becoming a chiropractor as opposed to a medical doctor? And can you expound upon the difference between a chiropractor and a medical doctor?
Okay, we got time for that?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Well, I was a high school basketball player. I was pretty good. Going into my junior year, we went to the Clemson camp, basketball camp. And I was going up for a layup in one of the scrimmages, and I fell on my back. And I felt something pop. Kept playing. So the next day, I got up, was a little stiff, and then I started going to the gym that evening while we was at the camp, and I got on the incline bench doing sit-ups. The next morning, I could not get out of bed to save my life. I had to lay down for like an hour before I was able to get up and walk. Brushing my teeth was a no-no because I couldn't even bend over to brush my teeth. So when I got back home, I still was dealing with it. We finally went to the doctor. The doctor basically just put some range of motion exercises on me and said, okay, yeah, you might have a slip disc. And he gave me some muscle relaxers.
Okay.
I take the muscle relaxers, rest during the stretches, still wasn't helping. He ordered an MRI, said I had a pinched nerve going down my left leg down to my foot, diagnosis sciatica. I said, okay, what can we do about it? His exact words was, if we don't, we might have to do surgery. If it doesn't help with just giving it time, we might have to do surgery, go in and cut the bone out, relieve the pressure off the nerve, restore the function down the leg. So needless to say, that didn't happen. Mm-hmm. It just didn't make any sense. I felt like something could be done, but I learned how to deal with that pain. I lived with that pain. It was excruciating pain in the beginning. Then it started getting better as I learned to stretch, but I always had this pain going down my leg. Mm-hmm. Fifth year in college, I found out about a chiropractor. I went to go see one. I got adjusted for the very first time, and then I was able to bend over and touch my toes without any pain shooting down my leg. I said, this is crazy. I was excited. I was happy, but I was upset. I was like, why didn't anybody tell me about a chiropractor all this time? You know, they didn't tell my parents. They say, go see your doctor, go see your doctor. Nobody said a chiropractor at all. And this guy just adjusted me this one time, and I got straight, and I didn't feel that pain going down my leg. And it was just, from there, it was history. I said, this is what I got to do.
So how long did you have to live with that pain radiating down your leg before you saw the chiropractor?
Yeah, it was all through college.
Wow.
Last year of high school, you know, I dealt with the pain. I played ball still, but I had to move a certain way. It altered my whole style of playing. I had to change my whole game up. So, you know, that's why I feel in my practice, I help a lot of high school kids because I was that person. You know what I'm saying? When they having these back pains and these shoulder aches and these growing issues, I said, at least come and see me, see if I can help. If I can help, great. If not, let's figure something else out.
Okay.
But, you know, that's what happened with me. It's like, what would have happened? You know, because I really thought I was going somewhere, at least doing D1 to play some ball. Mm-hmm. You know, so, but that was that changed up everything. But, you know, God don't make any mistakes.
Yeah. I mean, just imagine had you listened to that doctor, they really wanted to cut on you.
Right. Well, that didn't happen. My mom
Yeah.
and my dad was like, no, that doesn't make any sense. You know, it just, you know, yeah, it just didn't happen. So I'm glad.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when you got out of chiropractic school, I know you were determined, you know, to be a chiropractor. Did you work for anybody before you opened up your own practice?
No, I came from an entrepreneurial background. My dad was an entrepreneur, and my mom, she worked in HR for a long time, just history in different HR. So I'm just listening to how it's ingrained in me on how to kind of conduct business. So once I got in, I knew what my plan was. As soon as I get out, I'm going to open up my practice. Only thing I did was an internship.
How long was that internship for? That was doing chiropractic school, correct?
Yeah, doing chiropractic
Okay.
school. I was still in school, still taking classes. Did the internship for, I think, 3 to 4 months, maybe. And then I just saw how he was conducting business. Then I had a mentor that I found, and you know, he showed me how he conducted business, and I just kind of put everything together. Had a credit card, and I went to work.
There you go.
You know,
There you go.
But you know, it's like I was kind of guided into this situation. You know, all the stars is lining up because once I found out I wanted to go to chiropractic school, I didn't want to leave the state. But then I heard Life University is up in Marietta. And then I was pre-med or and I was a biology major at West Georgia. So when I got into the program, I didn't have to take any prerequisites. And then when I got to doing the classes, taking the classes and whatnot, it was coming so easy to me.
Yeah. And you touched on something, you know, critical. You said you came from a family, an entrepreneurial background, and you were just raised in that type of environment. So you consider yourself an entrepreneur.
It had to be. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that was the plan. I wanted to do something for myself. I see my father work for himself, and you know, that was instrumental for me and my brother and my brother's a chiropractor as well. He practices with me, but it was instrumental because we was home with dad. You know what I'm saying? We was home playing basketball, playing sports. He was giving us the time. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's just apple don't fall too far from the tree.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Describe some of the initial issues when you open up your practice. Because I know everybody, you know, everything's not going to be given to you on a silver spoon. You're going to have some ups and downs, some bruises that you're going to go through.
For sure.
Some of the initial issues that you encountered when you hung your shingle.
My father told me if it was easy, everybody be doing it. And, you know, that stuck with me. He also said, you can't soar like an eagle when you're hanging with turkeys. So, you know, I put those two together and, you know, just, it was money.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know, money is the driving force, funds, just being able to secure. Like I said, when I opened up, I had a credit card, and that just maxed out when I first went to Target. You know what I'm saying? To get office furniture or whatnot. But, you know, this is how the stars lined up. So I was trying to get my stuff together, and I was up probably about 3 o'clock in the morning, just looking for opportunities. And then I saw in Decatur off Memorial Drive, there was a doctor who was looking to share office space. Okay. He was a chiropractor. He just said, want to share office space. I said, shoot, this might be pretty good. I called him up at 3 o'clock that morning. He actually answered the phone. I said, man, I was looking to just leave a voicemail, but, you know, I wanted to check out and see your office or whatever because I'm a graduating student. And Dr. Andrew Van Treese, I appreciate it too. And he came, he let me come the next day. I came in, I saw the office space. He said, yeah, you can share all of this with me and just pay a monthly fee. He had x-rays, he had adjusting tables, he had everything that I needed to get started. I had all of these things written out in my notebook, and I was looking to see how I was going to make this happen. But once again, good Lord willing and provided, and there it was.
Wow.
So just opening up that practice, and, you know, he waited. He was very patient with me because I was in 12th quarter. I had 2 more quarters to finish up, and he was patient with me with that situation. I gave him a small deposit, and, you know, as soon as I graduated, you know, I
You went to work.
Cashed in the savings bonds my parents gave me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just gave them that $1,500
Yeah.
for that month, and that was it. And after that, you work up to that point, and then you had to pay it all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
And I did things a little backwards. My wife and I had a baby, and while I was in school, so I was trying to finish up with that, and didn't have any money. So she was taking care of us, and I appreciate that. And but that helped out too. And so it's a village. You know what I'm saying? It was a village that you just had to have those people around you to help you achieve what you got to achieve.
Did you have any employees at the time, or was it just
No,
you?
I was answering the phone. I was sweeping the floor. I was cleaning up. I was taking money. I was doing every single thing. I was scheduling. I mean, you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
And that's humble beginnings. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? And
absolutely.
it wasn't no shame in my game. I look back, and we have staff now, and you're complaining about taking out the trash. You can't be here.
You can't. You can't.
Because I go back to doing it all by myself if I have to.
Yep. Because you know how to run it from top down.
Exactly. And that's the experiences. It might be painful during that time. I know my wife was frustrated. I was frustrated because, every month you get up to the point and you make a little bit, then you got to give it all away because you got to pay your bills. And so it just took time. And I remember it was like a 3-year mark where I started seeing some type of profit.
Wow. So do you think that was your aha moment at that 3-year moment? You're like, you know what? I can compete, with the rest of these jokers out here.
My aha moment was when I opened up and I saw my first patient. And then I saw that I helped her, and I saw that she paid me for my services. And so I was like, okay, if I can get this one, I need to go out and get another one and another one. And this is the amount that I need to make things happen. So that was my goal right there. Just seeing, okay, I got to get my numbers up. I got to see more people. So I'm outside, shaking hands, kissing babies. I was everywhere. I was making flyers, putting them in people's windows. I was throwing rice on the wall to see what stuck.
And that's key. It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
Every business is a numbers game. If you're willing to go out there and do what other people won't do in order to have things tomorrow that others won't have, come on now.
I wasn't scared, man.
You're not ashamed of it.
And some of that's some narrow thinking too when they say, not talking about anybody, but it's like, you're going back to school. Oh, wow, okay, I can't go back to school. It's too much. I said, that's an investment into your life.
Yes, it is.
You get upset. It was frustrating going through school and you were seeing your friends buy houses and buy cars, getting their lives started, having apartments in the city and stuff like that. And you felt some kind of way because I was going back home sleeping in the twin bed at my parents' house.
People ask you, when you going on vacation? Like, vacation?
Yeah.
Shoot, going back home to my house.
Right.
My apartment.
Exactly.
So,
it was no vacation. I wasn't leaving the country. I wasn't doing those type of things.
Yeah.
And so, it was frustrating, but it was an investment. And, when you invest in something, you don't know when it's going to turn around for your benefit, but it's going to turn around. It's going to pay off.
How long have you been in business, Doc?
August will be 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
August
Some
15
people
years.
don't make 5 years.
I know it. And it's a grind every year. It's a different challenge every year. It's a different obstacle every year. And that's why it's practice,
Yeah.
It's why you're never there. And if you say you're there, you got to be careful with how you choose your words.
Yeah. Because you always have to be innovative because something can change at the spur of a moment.
Well, look at what we're doing now. 15 years ago, this was impossible to even set up or think about,
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, wow.
So kudos to you for the podcast.
Yeah. Appreciate it. You said you work with your brother. How's that working with a family member?
Working with a family member is cool. I mean, it depends if you have a good family member you want to work with.
Preface that.
Yeah. You can't work with that one that you don't get along with. It don't make sense, you know. But the one that you get along with, we grew up together. We shared the same room together.
Okay.
We were, together. When I go out and play, hey, bring your brother. You know what I'm saying? So he was always with me. So this wasn't nothing new.
So he saw you go to chiropractic school, and I guess he decided I want to do the same thing.
Kind of, sort of. I have a friend, Dr. Cornish. He's out in Dallas, Texas. Shout out to Zeus. He was at the townhouse where my wife owned, and I was living with her at the time. And he was like, And my brother was there. He said, "What you gonna do?" Asked him. He said, "I don't know yet." He's trying to figure out. He said, "You'll be a fool if you don't go into business with your brother."
Wow.
And I didn't say anything. It
Yeah.
wasn't my point. I didn't want him to look at it and be like, "Hey man, you made me do this, and look what happened. And I don't like it, and this and that." So now I didn't want that pressure. So I was like, "It's up to you, man." And so he got in the program. Started lining up with him. He benefited from chiropractic care from being a former baseball player, and he has a passion for it as well. And we conduct business. We are in the same building, seeing as many people as we possibly can.
So how long have you all been in business together collectively?
10.
Okay. So first 5 years you was on your own, then, brought him on.
And he was learning. He was the apprentice.
Okay.
We go to school, he leaves school, he goes out with me in the community. He learns how to talk to people. So, it wasn't easy when he came out, but he was experienced. He was a little more seasoned than the average person. So he found his stride, and I have my stride. We see our people, and we go from there.
And you said getting out there, meeting people in the community. A lot of times schools don't teach you how to go get clients. You either have it or you don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or you got to have a mentor
Yeah.
or somebody that you can learn from. And
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say that I don't have it all. I don't know everything. I'm still learning. Yes, I have an entrepreneurial background, but that's just the guts
Yeah.
that it takes to take the leap of faith. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then you learn along the way. Bumps, bruises, good things, setbacks, all kinds of stuff.
Okay. Where do you get your inspiration from, Doc?
Family, man. Family. Seeing how my parents worked hard to put themselves in a position to take care of us. I feel like I take the torch and now climb to the next plateau. You see what I'm saying? It's the least I can do
Yeah.
for what they've done to me and what my grandparents done for them. And you see what I'm saying? Just building and building and building. So now when I pass the torch to my kids, I say, okay, this is a level of expectation for y'all to have to meet. And not just for y'all, it's for the families, for the legacies, for the generations to come.
Did you have any, and I know you alluded to, you had a mentor. Could you expound upon how critical or how helpful that mentor was to you in helping you get starting out?
It was everything. It was everything. I mean, first of all, Dr. Van Treese is the one who let me into the practice with him. And he was my mentor. I had a gentleman by the name of Dr. Tanner, and he's my mentor, still is to this very day. And, he took care of me. He gave me all the paperwork. He let me come into his office at any time to shadow, and just told me the good, the bad, the ugly. He kept it 100 with me, and I appreciate it. Yeah. And yeah.
Because I think a lot of times people see the outward appearance. Okay, you're a doctor. They see all of the stuff that you've acquired, but they don't see what you've gone through.
Oh, most definitely.
And they want to just look at, oh man, he's built a thriving practice, and they just don't understand what it takes, what it goes through. And you're still, I'm doing it,
I mean, like I said, if it was easy, everybody be doing it. And when the rubber meets the road, then you see what you're really made of, And that's why I got my kids in sports and I have them doing certain activities, because you got to pull it from somewhere,
Yeah.
You got to pull it from somewhere. I mean, if you're playing soccer and you're down and you're trying to win the game, are you determined
dig
enough?
deep.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
dig for it. You
Yeah.
got to dig for it. And if you're able to dig for it, you can dig up again. You can pull it up again in a different format now. You see what I'm saying?
So many life lessons from doing sports,
Right.
extracurricular activities.
For sure.
Because I know when I was growing up, sports was my life. And it sort of balanced me.
Yeah.
And it was just like that adrenaline rush. You get prepared, before the game, and it's just like, okay, it's on now. Same thing, in our business lives. So
It teaches you how to talk to people, teaches you how to deal with situations, teaches you how it feels to lose, how to feel it to win, how to put the work in.
yes,
You know what I'm saying? If you want to get better, it's just a simple solution. Put the work in.
put the work in. And a lot of times people don't want to put in the work. They want that instant success.
Yeah.
The
Good
only
luck with that.
Yeah, the only place where success comes before work is in a dictionary.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know where it was. You just put me on. Yeah. But that's for sure. I mean, you're not gonna put the work in, it does not matter. It does not matter.
Nothing in, nothing out.
Yep.
So,
No doubt. No doubt.
what are some common challenges that you have faced as a minority business owner?
Educating the community on chiropractic.
Okay.
You know, by being a minority business owner, they look at you and it's like, what made you think of becoming a chiropractor? You know, and a lot of people think it's just about auto accidents. A lot of people think that your back hurts, you go see a chiropractor, but it's more to it. It involves, it's just an overall being of balance, you know, keeping your body balanced and letting everything work like it should. I normally give the analogy in the office is like, imagine that your spine is like a car and you go to get your tires start to wear down. You get brand new tires on your car, but you don't pay for the alignment, you know? Tires start to wear prematurely, unevenly. It starts to affect other parts of the car, just like your body. And so your body starts to break down over time, and here we are.
So the spine is the center.
Yeah, it's the backbone, right?
Yeah. I never heard of the analogy like that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it's just maintaining an alignment so everything can work in harmony. When it shifts, and everybody shifts to a certain degree, but now things are starting to work harder than the other. Overcompensation creates overcompensation. It can get worse and it can start pinching on nerves, starting to affect organs and joints and nerves throughout your body.
We hope you're enjoying the information you're getting from the channel. Stay up to date with us and follow us on all our social media platforms on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at WRP Law.
Do you still encounter a lot of patients who are skeptical about
course.
chiropractic care?
Of course. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. But it's not to a point where I feel upset or I feel some kind of way about it. I said, let's get into the office. Just open up the door. You know what I'm saying? Come in and let me see you. Let me talk to you. And then once I'm able to talk to you, if you don't like it then, you know, no sweat off my back.
Yeah. And I'm not going to lie. I know first time I went to a chiropractor was over 25 years ago. And the first time I went, after I left, I mean, I felt amazing.
Yeah.
And didn't know that if your back gets out of whack, it's out of center, you know, and once you get it back in alignment, I mean, it's just like you're a new person.
Yeah. It's a chain link, you know, so everything is connected. You have a master link. The master link's off, throws everything else off. If one link gets a little shifted or out of whack, then other links are starting to make up for it. You see what I'm saying? It makes it tougher.
Wow.
So it's all about getting it back smooth.
Okay. What are some recent advancements in chiropractic care that you're excited about?
First of all, electronic records, that's always good. You know, I remember when I first started, I was having these notes and handwriting everything. So now you just click, 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 and it just does everything for you. I'm still amazed at that because I was doing cases and, you know, if there was a attorney needing the notes for a person that was involved in an accident and I had it all written out. Oh my
Handwrite all
gosh, yeah.
How long would that take, approximately? How long?
Well, you got to stay on top of it. If you
Okay.
get behind, then it's a nightmare. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when the patient leaves, do your notes.
Okay.
You know, I still do my notes when the patient leaves. But if you say, okay, I'll do it later, then I'll do it later. Start procrastinating. Now you got the patient's done. Where's their notes? And you had to write all that out. Oh my gosh.
Man.
And you don't want to do that anyway. So yeah. It's a problem. So no. I just didn't like writing. Now I can click, 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 click. But also, you know, when I see some patients, it's like, yeah, I'm used to going to the old school chiropractor where he turns you on your side and he pops you and this and that. Now my table can do the work for me. Now I have instruments. Now I can, you know, use different tools and, you know, different tools and just measures of getting the body back in alignment. It's no cookie cutter to it. I can adapt.
Yeah.
Some people come in, they don't want all the force. So I can accommodate for that.
Okay. How do you stay updated on recent trends, technology in chiropractic? Do you have to attend continuing ed classes?
Definitely got to get, yeah. Not to cut you off, but continuing ed is a must. You got to get your at least 20 hours every year. And then you also have your circle of chiropractic friends that you talk to.
Okay.
You know, they might tell you, put you on something, or you need to try this, or you need to try that, and what's this, or how I do that type of situation.
Okay. Now, if a kid is in an auto accident, and I know that I've heard that a lot of times parents don't want their kids to go to a chiropractor. They want to go to a pediatrician. How do you deal with special populations such as kids in auto accidents or athletes or someone who's pregnant? How do you approach them with chiropractic care?
If they have a spine, I will adjust them.
Okay.
You know, I've adjusted a 3-day-old baby who had a difficulty getting out of the birth canal.
Wow.
I adjusted a pregnant lady pregnant women whose baby has been turned before, it's time to deliver, and they need the baby turned. We are specialized in doing that.
Wow.
The table accommodates some of the advances that you can lay on my table. I can hit the lever drops where the abdomen is at, so the baby can be suspended and not be pressed against anything. There's an old lady who can't handle the force of an adjustment. I use my instrument.
Okay.
As long as you have a spine and you need my help, I can help you.
And so basically, it's educating the patient,
Talking to everybody.
educating
Yes.
the public.
It's all education.
Yeah.
It's all education because, like you said, I mean, somebody comes in, oh, my baby, people out there actually suffering and going through things when you can come and see a chiropractor, and all those things that you've been going through could have been alleviated like that.
Wow. And as long as you have the instruments and know how to do the techniques, they can be helped.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. How do you stay connected to the community, both locally and online?
We have a social media presence.
Okay.
That's for sure. And we're just out in the community. Our Toys for Tot drives. We can do our Thanksgiving canned food drives. We are out there, Mother's Day, we giving out flowers or roses to the mothers. We just showing our love and appreciation for our community because, I mean, it's a village.
Absolutely.
It's a village.
And you're you're located in Stone Mountain Village too, correct?
Yes, on Main
Okay.
Street,
Okay.
813 Main Street.
Okay. Has any community or resource been more helpful to you than others? Any particular resource? Or just has everyone just
That's a good question.
welcomed you in with arms?
Not really. I mean, you have to make your platform.
Okay.
You have to create it. Sometimes we go out and buy lunch for businesses and we talk to them about chiropractic. First, I mean, we go talk to the teachers about chiropractic. We go talk anybody who's willing to take us and listen to us for 10 minutes. We'll go talk to you, and that's been a very effective way. Life has gotten busy, especially with kids now and whatnot. So we rely on social media marketing now. So I'm not able to do. We still do them, but I wish I can do them more.
Gotcha. Because you can send somebody out there, but you know how to do it.
I got to be out there.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to send somebody out there.
Yeah. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'm the same way because in my mind, I'm thinking, I know how to talk to these potential, clients,
Yeah.
So it's just something that's in you. You either have it or you don't.
Right. I mean, and you have interns, and I know some people are very successful with having internships, and they send those people out so they can talk to the community, and it's good for them, and it's good for the doctors. I just like to be out there by myself.
Yeah.
I prefer it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. How do you talk to your patients about lifestyle changes to complement, chiropractic care?
Once again, it's back to education. And if there's an obese lady or gentleman in the office, and I just, we just have to have the conversation. You know,
Sometimes it's uncomfortable.
I mean, it is what it is. You're coming here to get the help, but we also got to point the elephant out in the room. You know,
Yeah.
let's lose some. Let's start walking a little bit. But there's a catch-22 about that. It's hard to walk when you're in pain. It's hard to exercise when it hurts.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? So we don't have that conversation initially. We get started with care. We start to get to feeling better. We're starting to able to, yeah, I'm able to do this now. I'm able to do that. Oh, I've just taken a little walk. Okay, now here's the challenge. Get you about a 2-mile walk in. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then you can bring in the nutrition,
Yeah.
the exercise.
Exactly.
Because all that is involved, you know, with lifestyle changes. Because a lot of times people think I can go, let me go to the chiropractor, let me get adjusted. Or if they have a personal trainer, you know, but they don't want to, that big, you know, nutrition, you got to change your diet.
Well, we got this, and I'm glad you said that because we remember back in school we was taught 5 pillars of health. So you have your diet, you have exercise, you have rest, you have a positive attitude, and then you have chiropractic. So that's what, 20% of each one?
Yep.
So if you can do an assessment of yourself, are you getting all of those in to equal out 100%? Where are you lacking at? Well, you know, I'm a hustler. I don't got time to sleep. All right, you just took away 20%.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or I'm always worrying. Things don't work my way. You took another 20% off because your attitude's bad. So that's bringing stress, and the stress is the most important thing to your body. You know, if you having stress, it just jumps on you and it brings you down.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, I don't like to exercise. You know, this is my first visit. Bring that down. I eat good. Okay, that's 20% of the whole situation, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just, you don't like exercising, you know. You exercising that fork, you know, gonna come into your mouth.
You don't move it, you lose it. Okay.
You know,
yeah.
so,
Yeah.
I mean, everything goes hand in hand. And as our bodies, you know, get older, you know, it's just, you got to make changes. You have to.
You have to. I'm starting to make changes myself. I can't eat what I ate 10 years ago.
Shoot, you telling me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I go outside and play with my kids. I can't run without stretching now.
Yeah.
You know?
And you're more winded, you know, sooner. You're just like, what in the hell is going on?
Yeah.
You know?
I know my dad was asking me the other day, and he was like, because my daughter plays competitive soccer, and he said, yeah, y'all need to just start running together. Can she beat you yet? And I said,
she beat me.
Yeah. I had to think about it, though, because she probably can. You know? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's like, wow, what a crazy question that was. And it was like, I can't even answer it right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, you know, because I'm on the, a fitness, you know, journey also, but I feel better than I did 2.5 years ago. I ain't gonna even lie.
Yeah.
You know, because I've changed my diet. I've changed everything. Because I do not want to pop pills, you know, like my parents. And that's the main reason why I did it. You know, it's just like, and I want my kids to see that you don't have to do that.
And you're right. We've been brainwashed, you know, thinking that, you know, not understanding what a pill does. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not understanding what medication does. There's a time and a place for everything. But, you know, when you abuse it, we have problems now. You know, some people thinking, okay, I'm taking this so it can fix me. Is it really fixing you? It's treating symptoms, but problems are festering and getting worse.
And my thing is, you know, and I'm gonna this is gonna hit home. My mom, you know, she pops maybe 12 to 15 pills a day. All those pills, they're just masking what's there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the old adage, you can't teach your old dog new tricks. My mom was 80 plus years old. And it just hurts me just to see her just sit there and just pop them. But
I'm glad she's 80. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm glad that she's 80 plus years old, you know, but it's a lot of people who didn't make it because they're abusing the medicine. You see what I'm saying? There's no such thing as a drug without a side effect.
Yeah. And that's on every drug. This may cause this side effect.
Right.
So it's just like, I'm grateful. I don't take anything, you know, right now. You know, I just
Good. Keep it that way, you know?
Yeah. Okay. So if you met someone who came up and said, Doc, I've been watching you from afar. I want to do what you do. What type of advice would you give that person who wants to be an aspiring chiropractor? What would you tell him or her?
Like Nike, just do it. Just do it. If you've been watching me, you clearly like something or you appreciate something about what I'm doing, you know? So you have an affinity for it, you know? So dude, just go ahead. Take the leap of faith.
And let them know it ain't going to be easy. Wow. Okay.
You can let them know, and probably they don't need to know. They need to experience it, see what they're made of. You know, sometimes letting them know, it might be a good thing because it might scare them to the point where they don't want to do it anymore. And that might be good for them too, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
are you mentoring any
not at the
right
moment. Not at the moment. You know, we recently relocated. We've been blessed to purchase a building, and we're just trying to get that up and running. Our focus has shifted.
Okay.
So we're still serving our community, and when the smoke clears a little bit, yeah, okay, let's bring some more interns back in.
Okay.
But if you knock on my door, if you seek me out, I'm available. Just like my mentor was for me. You know, I'm available. I'm not just going to look out, hey, you know, I can mentor somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a way to find it. Yeah.
They have to want it.
Yeah, they got to
know?
want it.
Yeah, you're not walking around like I'm looking for mentees,
Yeah,
on your
exactly.
head.
Yeah,
So,
but if you knock on my door, yeah, come on in and let's get started.
yeah, absolutely. Okay. What's the most rewarding aspect that you've have being a chiropractor? The most rewarding aspect.
A lady came into the office. It's just a routine visit. I adjusted her, removed the pressure off of her. She felt better when she got up, and she said, "Thanks for saving my life."
Wow.
Yeah, she said, "Thanks for saving my life." And, you know, it's just another, all right, I'm about to call somebody else in, you know, but when she said that, it was like, wow. Just like you said, I was like, oh, okay, I didn't see it that way. But I do see it that way, but sometimes you can't see the forest because the tree's in the way. You know what I'm saying? But that brought me back down. It's like, this is why we doing it, to help people, you know? So we help so many people like that. And they just haven't said those exact words, but, you know, it helps people. So you can adjust one person, they can feel better. What it does, it changes their attitude. They encounter somebody else, they're able to help somebody else now. You see what I'm saying? And it's just a situation that builds and builds and builds. But they couldn't have done that if they're in a bad state of health.
Was she in really bad shape?
She wasn't even in that bad of shape.
Wow.
But she felt it though, and she had the, you know, inclination to say that, and then she meant it. She wasn't just laughing it off. It was sincere.
Yeah. And that's a patient for life, you
Exactly.
know, and we'll send you more, referrals.
Exactly.
Because that's how business is done. Referrals. You do good by one, they'll share it with many.
You treat them right, and
Yeah.
if you do bad by one, they share with much more.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
they tell everybody they know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't want my name to be mud in the streets. You know,
Yeah.
I'm here to help. So that's all I want to do at the end of the day. Help me help you, like
Yeah.
they said in Jerry Maguire. Help
Yeah.
me help you.
Yeah.
And so now I can take care of my family, and now I can take care of my community. It all works together for the greater good.
Now, on the flip side of your most rewarding aspect, share a challenging case that you've encountered.
Some people you just can't help. And some people, it was one lady, and I was seeing her, and I was adjusting her. She was getting better, but then it goes right back. You get the pain a few days later. And we kept doing that for a while, and then we started doing a re-exam, and she said, it's just not helping. So I had to release her. And when I released her, she went to get the surgery done, and she said she felt much better after that. So just being able to let go
Yes.
and understand that you can't help everybody, but you're putting the good foot forward to do that. So, you know, at the end of the day, did she get well? You see what I'm saying? Is her
Yeah.
quality of life better?
Better.
And it was, but not under my care. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's why we doing it. Or what are we doing it for? Is it doing it for self-righteousness, like, oh man, I'm doing this, or are we doing it for the person to get better?
Yeah, that's true. Same thing, like I says, in my industry, you want to help 100%, but there's just that small few that whatever you do, it's not going to help.
And you're helping them that way too. You see what I'm saying? Because I can't do it no more.
Yeah.
This relationship's not working.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you are helping them to find somebody who can help them with whatever they need. No harm, no foul.
Okay. All right. Excuse me.
No problem.
As we begin to wrap this up, I want to ask you, I always ask my guests, a hot seat moment question. I want you to describe an embarrassing or an uncomfortable situation that you were in as a chiropractor, and how did you handle it?
I was at a function, and I was with a lot of different professions, and there was a lot of medical doctors in there, and I was one of probably the only chiropractor in there. I was just in practice, and someone asked me what I did, one of the doctors, and I said, I'm a chiropractor, and he just kind of laughed. You know what I'm saying? It was just like
Yeah.
just being real funny about it.
Yeah.
And I just looked at him, and I was like, I didn't want Decatur to come out, And,
Yeah.
come in a different environment. You got to act accordingly,
Yeah.
So I just looked at him, and I said, it's all good, but and I just kept it moving.
Yeah.
You had to learn how to bite your tongue. Sometimes you got to tell people how you feel about it. Sometimes it's not even worth it. And I'm finding now, most of the time, it's
It
not
ain't
even
worth
worth
it. Yeah.
So
Because-
just being able to be calm about the situation and don't feel bad about it. I mean, it's like some people look down on chiropractors, but I mean, I'm looking at all the people I've helped over 15 years, and that has no hold on me anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I even remember, this is back in the day, before I started going to a chiropractor, you would hear that chiropractors, they crack your back. They're, not
Quacks.
really.
They call them
quacks.
Yeah.
And so that, it was almost as if, oh, they're not a doctor because they didn't go to medical school, which to me is a bunch of BS.
Yeah. I mean, we go to school just almost the same amount, but you in the medicine, you're focusing on what? Medicine. You have, we had a class to go over medicine, but we're not prescribing anything. But we wanted to get familiar with the medicine. So that's not our forte. This is not our principles. You see what I'm saying? It's not that we're trying to be like you. It's like we found another way of helping people.
Absolutely.
And if our way don't work, we can call the ones who call us or who works with us. You see what I'm saying? I can call this doctor and say, look, I tried everything. Can you help him? Or he said, look, here, this person got a back pain and I can't really do much about it. Can he see you? Or this person suffering from headaches, can he see you? I said, sure. And we reciprocate now for those who are willing to do that. But when people, I've helped so many people, and there's few people when it comes in and they're saying, yeah, my doctor says I don't need to see you anymore. And I'm like, you got to think for yourself. I say, how have you been improving? He say yes. And then, so why is your doctor saying you can't see me now? And why are you listening to that? You know what I'm saying?
That makes no sense.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like some people actually just don't cringe at the idea of seeing a chiropractor.
It's almost as if their doctor, because he or she's a medical doctor, they take their word over, your word.
That's what I'm saying. And their egos get bruised when they see something else has helped them. And it's like, we here to work together, man.
Yeah.
We're here for the patient. Once again, if I couldn't help that patient and they found out the surgery was the best option, why am I mad?
That's
you see
crazy,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So that happens a lot. And this happened to people who, once again, we've been brainwashed. Now, how I would never say that. You know what I'm saying? So for you to have the audacity to say that and then the person actually listens to it and takes heed to it, we have a bigger problem in society. You're not even thinking for yourself no more.
And maybe they're thinking that, Doc, because what medical school was 4 years. Then how many years of residency do you have to do?
I think it's another 4.
4, and then 4 years. Maybe because they've gone to school longer. That's why people think, they're smarter. To me, which is a bunch of BS.
Well, but I'm not operating on anybody. So that's not my area.
Yeah.
That's yours, you see, and I don't have a problem with it. Everybody has to do something. We all have a job to do.
Mm-hmm.
So don't
knock what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, and if you do, that's fine. But I see that you're the problem.
Yeah.
And I can't send my people to you to get help either.
Mm-hmm. And then, like you said, they prescribe medicine. You're practicing. Let's see if this works. If that don't work, you prescribe some more. It's just, come on now.
Yeah, we all practice it too. So I don't know, man. And then I had a patient I was seeing for about 40 visits, an older gentleman. He was in bad shape. And he started feeling better, started moving better. And he said, I'm feeling a lot better. I think it's these yoga exercises I've been doing and this walking I've been doing. And I said, okay, good. Don't forget the 35 visits that you had too. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget those 35. They did something.
Yeah,
it kept you coming back. So please don't forget the little person in the corner.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, tell the audience and the listeners how they can get in contact with you, Doc.
Google Utley Chiropractic. We're all over the place. We are on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. We are in Stone Mountain, Georgia, on Main Street, 813. My brother and I, Dr. Justin. I'm Dr. Brian. We are here. We're not that hard to find.
And I can attest that he does good work because my wife was in an accident over a year ago, and I sent her and my son, to him, for treatment. So they do good work.
This is a great attorney. We do business together.
So with that, last piece of information, you know how to get in contact with Dr. Utley. In the hot seat with WRP. We're out.